Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Welcome once again in this conversation where we were discussing about this entire history, and as I was denoting this entire scripture as divine history, it reflects our Vedic culture, it reflects Rama's culture, it reflects our initial culture of India, what it was like, where there was a greatness of relations, where prosperity, the affluence regarding money was given less importance than the prosperity of relationships. And we are watching the live examples, the characters of not only the four brothers but the entire family members. How are they just throwing away their prosperities, their happinesses, for protecting each other, for protecting the pleasures, for protecting the lives of other people, other members of the family. And this is the real reflection of how our Vedic culture, Vedic era was. It is the live example through the characters that are depicted, that are described in here. This is not a fantasy, it's a realistic thing, and it always inspires people. Sometimes we see that in nature, in this system around us, we hear people that are optimistic, but here we see both the phases of life, optimism with realism. So if you want anywhere in this earth to achieve inspiration with realistic manner, then these scriptures, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, and all these scriptures that we see in Vedic culture, they are the best means to gain that knowledge, gain that inspiration, gain that motivation, whatever you want from these scriptures, you could get that thing. So this is, and one most important thing, that these scriptures are far away. They are nowhere encased in some sort of religion. They were only created for mankind, for a simple human being. And as every human being represents similar blood, similar cells, similar nucleus, similar bones, similar, everything is similar in us. So the scriptures are also equally important and essential for every human being as they are for any one person. So no one should feel that this is scripture which is related to some sort of religion, some sort of culture. No, it's for only human being, and every human being has the right, equal right, to learn, to understand, and follow and assimilate the teachings of the scriptures in their lives and upgrade and uplift their lives. So now we delve into what the history takes us, where the history is taking us to. And as we see that Sri Rama, along with his brother and Masita, has gone to forest, and now Bharata has come up in the kingdom, and he hears whatever disaster has happened in the family, and now he is told by his parents, by the other members of the family, by his guru, to ascend the throne, because without a king, insurrection and mutiny might occur in the kingdom, in the empire, and everything could break up in moments. So, but Bharata is declining to ascend the throne, because he says that the initial person that is able to ascend this throne is my elder brother, and I cannot ascend this throne when he is here, when he is present. And so he tells people, he takes a pledge that I would go to forest and bring my brother back and give him the kingdom, give the kingdom to the person who is the real one to ascend the throne. And so he goes there. How is he going? The entire description is told in the scripture in the following verses. So it is said that Niyujyamano Rajyaya Naichad Rajyam Mahabalaha. And this qualification, this quality of Bharata is said here, Mahabala. He is a very strong person. And when I say, when anybody believes and feels about strength, powerfulness, so what is the main thing? That many people think today, modern era, people think having strength only means to have good body, and you are working out, you're having a great physical strength. But the main thing that is required to be understood here is not only physical strength, it is also related to mental strength, it is also related to emotional strength, it is also related to the strength of our characters. So when every aspect of our life is powerful, is full of strength, then our life altogether becomes a powerful life. And that life could only uplift your life, an initial person's life, and along with him the lives of millions and millions of people on this earth. As we see these people, these characters are transforming the lives of people. And this is the thing that happened so long ago. Still we are studying it, still we are believing it, we are feeling the aura of these people, we are understanding the teachings that they presented to this environment, to this mankind by their lives, only because they were powerful in all aspects of life, in all spheres of life. And this is also a teaching that the scripture gives us, that we should not be averted from any phase of our life. So we should take care of everything in our lives. As I say many times, life is not just one thing. Life is not just taking care of one thing. You have to take care of all the parts of life. When any hole occurs in any bowl, water spills away, water just trickles down from the hole. So there should be no hole in any part of life. This is what the scripture is teaching us, that we should be powerful. We should have strength in all aspects of life. And that's why Sri Bharata is described as Mahabalaha, a person who has the greatest strength. And he has the strength of emotions, he has the strength of physicality, he has the strength of mentality. Not all people could tend to bring anyone else to ascend the throne when they are getting a vast empire, and not only empire, an established empire. He could have said that I don't care, I am not the reason behind everything that is happening here. My gurus are telling me to ascend the throne, so I cannot disobey my gurus and I will ascend the throne. He could have said that, and all the people and the history would never have disregarded him, would never felt any disregard about him. But he is following his dharma. This shows how powerful he is by mentality, that he is discarding away that established empire to protect his relationship. This is the power of mentality. And he is powerful in his physicality as well, as he defeated many demons, as we would see in the scriptures. And the next thing, when all these powers, when all these energies accumulate, amass with each other, then this energy of spirituality generates. And that is why all characters have been depicted, have been assimilated in this spiritual text, in this sacred scripture. Because this is a sacred scripture, this is a spiritual scripture, and why would these people be characterized in the scripture if they didn't have spiritual aspect of life? So spirituality is not only taking a full stop from the materialistic life and appearing in a spiritual path. It is your life. Every moment of your life can be a spiritual life if you're living that life the way you should have lived. You should need to live. Every part of your life could turn into spirituality. It doesn't matter where you're living. It doesn't matter what type of work are you doing. You can live equal spiritual life as a monk living in that materialistic world if you're following the rules, if you're following the emotions, if you're following the feelings, if you're following all the tenets of this nature. If you are connected to nature, and what does this mean to be connected with nature? You never harm this nature. Any person, anyone that you are connected to, you cannot harm that person. You cannot harm that substance. You cannot harm this nature if you are truly connected to it. If you're truly connected to all the elements, all the molecules of this nature. And this is what this scripture is teaching us. So now Bharata is moving towards forest, and he is the greatest powerful person. And in the next line the sage is saying, Sajagama vanam viro Rama pada prasadakaha gatva tu sa mahatmanam Ramam satya parakramam ayachat bhrataram Ramam arya bhava puraskritaha. He is saying, the sage is saying, Saint Narada is describing to Sage Valmiki this word, ayachat. He just folded his hands in front of his brother after seeing his brother, after visualizing his brother in the forest. He is not showing a sign of greatness that, oh my brother, I have got everything, but I am offering it to you. You should be grateful towards me. No, this is not the way, this is not the emotion, this is not the feeling of Bharata. He is saying that, oh my brother, it's yours. I cannot take this kingdom. It's all yours, and now you take it and rule it and have your greatness. Shower your greatness, shower your blessings, shower your grace on me. So this is the feeling. Many times it happens in our lives that we want something else and we need to do something else. Supposedly this aptitude of achieving something, if we have tendency of achieving something and due to the backlash, fearing about the backlash of environment, the people, what the people would say, we step backwards. But still we have the tendency, we have the propensity of achieving that thing. But here Bharata achieved that kingdom. No one could have said him anything, but still he's giving away that kingdom, not in a form of to show Rama that Sri Rama should be grateful towards him. No, what he believes, what he feels, the same way he acts. That's why it is said that our actions should synchronize with our feelings. When our actions synchronize, when our actions live in a phase of equilibrium with our emotions, then nothing could harm us. All the diseases that we see in our body, one of the major reasons behind them is the disbalance of our lives. Whether it be physical disbalance, whether it be mental disbalance, whenever there is disbalance in any sector of our life, that disease will occur in that part of our life. So he is maintaining this balance, that what he is in front of people, the same way he feels about them when he is alone. Many times you'd see in your lives too, you feel about a person something different, and when it comes to reacting with this person, you react with him something another way. You may react to a person in a friendly manner, in a form of to show cordiality, to show your camaraderie, but in your heart you might be feeling enviousness towards him. But here, this is the scripture that teaches us that whatever we are from outside, we should also keep that feeling inside us. And what we are inside, then whatever we give to this nature according to what we are internally, then our external and internal life will be filled with joy, filled with pleasure, filled with happiness. So Bharata, the life of Sri Bharata is representing that thing. And it's, as I said before, that it's not an ostensible action. It's not a hypocritic action. The Bharata's actions are realistic. And this is the reality that this scripture teaches us, that the lives of these great characters teach us, that we too can be that person. What is it to be like these people? What is it to be like Sri Rama? We could only say that we are following the path of Rama when we are assimilating, when we are following through the qualities of Sri Rama, when we are following through the great lives of people, only folding our hands in front of their pictures and praying, supplicating, this is not complete thing. It's also a form of to show your devotion, to show your greatness towards them. But the major part lies in what teachings have you gained from their lives, and how are you acting on those teachings? How are you absorbing those teachings and applying those teachings, those knowledges, that wisdom in your life? This is the reality. This is the productivity of the scripture in your life. And so, as we see Sri Bharata, he could have said instead that my mother did everything that we see today. My mother shattered away this family. My mother debilitated this family. And now I'd have to take the throne to maintain everything. But he didn't do so. He is just stuck with this feeling that my Dharma is above everything. And he is following the route of Dharma. Even if there are so many possible ways in our lives that we could do a thing that pleasures us, that gives us pleasure, that gives us happiness, but if it is aside from our Dharma, from the humanity, we shouldn't do that. And the life of these great people is teaching us that thing. And by the actions that we perform every day, like these actions, we say that my fate is bad. I am an ill-fated person. And one thing I want to tell you is that whatever actions we are committing today, these are not only actions that in moments that would go away, that would fade away. No, every action that we are creating today will present themselves, will appear in our lives in the form of fate. If we are committing good actions, we would gain good fate in our lives. If you are committing evil actions, then it is complete sure thing that those evil actions will appear in our lives as ill fate. So whatever we are doing, we are the reason. Wherever we are standing today, no one else is the reason behind whatever life we are getting, whatever form of life we have achieved, whatever position we have gained, and whatever happiness and sorrows that we went through in our lives. Only we are the reason. And these actions are driven by feelings. So if our feelings are good, if our emotions are good, then our actions would surely become good. And this is the life. This is the reality of life. So always take care of your feelings. The way you feel, the same way you'll act towards a person. And the way you act towards a person, the action creates your fate. So no one else builds our fate. No one else, neither could anyone change it. Only we could change it. So we are the builders of our fate. We are the constructors of our fate. And if it is bad, by any of our bad deeds that we did in our previous lives, previous births, then only we have the power, only we are the responsible people to change it by our good works that we would do now in the present moment. That's why great people say that always pay attention to your present day, because this present day is the moment where you could produce yourselves, where you could produce good actions. Repenting, remorsing on the past is not an option, and fearing about the fate, about the future is not an option either. So what is the way? Always take care, always aim on your present day, on the actions of your this moment's action. Always take attention, always pay attention on your present moment. And when each and every moment of your life is regular, is good, is full of good works, then your future is inevitably gonna be good. It's an unrefutable truth. that your future is going to be good, your entire life is going to be filled with pleasure if you are producing yourself in good works right now, right at this moment. So that's why people say that always live in present moment. When you are living in present moment, then there is no force in this world that could ever keep you from achieving the type of life that you want to achieve. So what is the way to achieve anything in life? Just work towards it. Work, give your every moment, give your every second to that work. And when you are living that life every moment, then that life will become your future. So future is nothing but the moment, but living every moment in that feelings. When you live every moment in the feelings, then everything would appear, would unfold in that manner. And so here we are observing that how this brother Bharata of Sri Rama is presenting his life, and why I was telling about fate. Because your actions make your fate, and your feelings make your actions. And I had started from this word, from this feeling thing, emotion thing that we were observing here in this scripture by this word ayachad. And here we see one more thing, that Bharata is a detached person. What is the moral value? What is the moral thing of spirituality? That you are detached from all the lures, from all the glitters, from all the glamours of this materialistic world. And you have realized yourselves, you have started living in yourselves. This is the definition of spirituality. And these brothers, we could see from their lives that they are detached people. Attachment of kingdom is the greatest attachment. Who will be the person who would not want to be the king of an empire, who would not want to be the prime minister of a great kingdom, great country? Everyone wants this if there is a probability of achieving it, if there is a likelihood of getting it. Everyone would just scramble towards it. But these people, look at the lives of these people. They are not materialistic people. Live in kingdom, they are fully following the spiritual path. That's why they are characterized in this sacred spiritual scripture. So again, I am moving towards my same statement that doesn't matter, it never matters where you are living. The only thing that matters is what type of life you are living. Place never matters. Your internal feelings matter. Place never matters. Your emotion matters. Your feelings matter. And your entire life matters. How you are leading your life. So these people are detached people from any sort of attachments that are connected to this materialistic world. And they are attached to feelings, to emotions, to their relationships. When you are related to someone, you can never harm it. And this is the way, this is the thing that scripture is teaching us. So relate yourself, first establish this relation from one person. And as I know, and you also know, that you are connected, related to your families, that expand that relation, expand that love, expand that likeness of people, of family members. Start making memories, start expanding your feelings, your loves, your emotions towards other members of the community. And that's how, when it raises more and more, it starts becoming an expanded form of person, an expanded person who has expanded his mentality, who has expanded his feelings, his emotions. And when you do so, you no longer require a throne to regulate anything. People will, on their ways, on their consents, will come towards you and start following you. And it's not a matter that to make people follow you, that you would follow the path of reality, the path of good things. It's your work, it's your life, and it's your responsibility. It's your accountability to follow the right path, because you are a human being. That's what you are. You understand yourselves, and you recognize your accountabilities, and always, every moment, work on it. This is the thing that this great scripture, that the lives of these great people teach us every day. Thank you.